Yeah.
Yes.
I know everybody has dreams when they're sleeping. Every every person dreams. So what do you dream of?
Well, I dream of, somebody to share my life with. And
So so what do you see when you in that dream? Do you see yourself with just a boyfriend or a husband, or just a close friend that's a guy that you could share your deepest, darkest, feelings?
ideally, I'd like to have a boyfriend.
Okay. Um, would you say having that social relationship, that intimate relationship, would change your whole world?
Yes, I wouldn't be lonely. And I think loneliness is my biggest problem.
When you're lonely, what goes through your mind?
Um, Thoughts of emptiness, hopelessness, um, you know, what's the point, sort of, like, you know, it's
So are you trying to tell me what's the point of living? What's the point of life?
yeah, what's the point of life if people with disabilities can't get out and socialize and be treated equal, and to have a place or places that they can go to socialize and meet people that are like them.
What about you, Vern?
My dream,
Yeah.
my
What do you dream? Do you see yourself having a relationship, an intimate relationship? Do you ever dream about that?
yes I do. First having a friend, then maybe get married and say I like together and between that the penance and then to keep the marriage going and having and make people understand me more better.
I've always questioned to myself, why am I here? Why don't I just end my life because I have nothing to live for?
I think like that sometimes.
I have no girlfriend, no close friends that I could say that are my true friends. Yes, I may have friends, but to me, I don't know if they're my true friends because they don't understand me. They say that they do, but really, do they understand me? Do they understand what I go through on a daily basis? Do they really, truly know what I'm feeling inside? No, they don't. And so, oftentimes, yes, I do think about, ending my life. How about you here?
I'll admit I have thought of suicide before. Um, because it is hard being someone with a disability. Not saying that people with disabilities can't accomplish stuff, because they can, but I guess just being so lonely and, like, similar to you, I would like a boyfriend, and um, there isn't really opportunities out there really right now, and I think that like you said about the dreams, if I could have a boyfriend, you know, with a disability, with not a disability, um, you know, it wouldn't matter to me if they, you know, had a disability, like, I don't know, whatever disability they had, because I can empathize with people that have disabilities, right? And I think that I wouldn't have no thought if I wasn't so lonely.
Ria, have you talked to anybody? Have you brought up your concerns to anybody, whether it's CLBC or any caseworker about how you feel?
Yes, and like I've talked with my worker, and he's gonna try to help me to find more friends and maybe a boyfriend. But I still feel like there isn't enough out there.
Okay, why?
I think that there could be like more activities and more events and more places for people with disabilities to go.
Verna, what is your take on all of this?
I think
How do you feel? What do you feel when you're not being heard, or how do you feel inside? What does it make you feel? You know, you not having friends, or even say a relationship.
I hard to get a relationship because it might be competitive, but I like to meet girls and I like to socialize, go to ballroom dancing and dancing and do activities and day trips. But when I ever can't do that, I feel so frustrated at times and at the same time I'm not being heard what I meant. Oh,
That's very
thank you. Thank you.
You know, guys, I agree with you. Just because of my own experience in the last, I don't know, say 10 years, maybe for longer, I have been trying to find a relationship. You know, but just because I have that disability, that's what most women see nowadays is that they see the wheelchair instead of what's really inside the person.
Yes,
They look more towards the disability than
yes.
what really is to that person. So yeah, when you say that, you feel lonely and don't have a lot of friends, I agree. It is tough. But I will say one thing: don't give up.
Yes, don't give up.
Because the more you give up, the more you're letting your spirits down, your inner self down, and you're just gonna let the other ones win, which you don't want that.
No.
You want you to win.
Right. Right.
In my daily life, I think that in the future I'd like to see myself in a relationship with somebody, someone that I can have common interests with, share my life with. I would like to continue my advocacy and do that more often. I'd like to continue my artwork and my painting. I'd like to own a dog, and if I could just have those things, I think I would be happy. Oh, and also to have more friends, and I'd be happy.
For myself, I like to just get out there and meet somebody, and have a proper career like everybody else. Whether it be counseling or motivating others with disabilities. I have a lot of potential, and I want to see that put to a future career, and I want to become a success. I don't want to be sitting here in a rut looking at the walls and out the window and thinking to myself, will I ever be in a relationship? Will I ever have a proper job? Will I ever have an actual career? And will I ever be the same as everybody else? I don't want to sit here and think about it. I want to actually do it. And for me, the only way to do it is to help with CLBC. I need their help to get me out there, to help motivate myself, to motivate others, help counsel me to counsel others. Whether it's sponsoring me through funding or something, I need their help. To go to activities to connect with others so I can help them. Fair?
I do get the BC community living to help me, like you say. I would get me started and I could help others at the same time. And learn to communicate better, be a better listener, and make friends and have a relationship also with a girl.
I think it's important because in actuality we are human beings.
Yes, we
Just
are.
like we don't have a disability, we have the ability.
Yes,
We have the ability to be successful. We have the ability to have a relationship. We have the ability to run our own lives without anyone stopping us.
yes,
What we do need is the support like everybody else in the world. We need CLBC.
living in the big wall, making food in big wall.
We need that funding. We need them to help us get out there. We need them to partnership with us to better our lives, to better them as an agency.
Yes,
Because without us, CLBC,
be nothing.
exactly.
Right?
What we're not asking for is to go back to school and be challenged again, because we've already gone through that. We don't want to be going back to school to be, sitting there twiddling our fingers or looking at the wall. No, we want their support in getting us out in the community to make friends, make connections without the education. Because education is time and process. We don't want that. We've already been through that. We've already had enough time and process for education. They want us to get an education. They should have done it a long time ago. They had 10 years, 20 years to educate us. We don't need education anymore. We want an education, we can get it ourselves.
Yes,
We need your support to get out there in the community so our voices are heard. We need their support to get groups, community groups together, to get activities going, for us to make friends, a social connection, for us to motivate one another, for us to counsel one another, and to share each other's dreams and hopes, and see what we can come up with on our own. Do you guys have anything to put?
No, I totally agree with you, and I think that's very important. And I think you hit the nail on the head exactly. And you said it was perfect.
yes, you said it perfect.
I got one thing to say, and I'm hoping this will be heard. Just because you have a disability does not mean it's the end of the world. Disability is just a word.
That's right.
Disability doesn't mean anything. If you're able to get up and wash your face, or if you have the ability to get up and get out the door, then you have the ability to get out there and be a success.
Yeah.
You just need the tools like everybody else.
Yeah.
Everybody needs tools. Everybody needs a plan. Nothing is done black and white. Nothing is done, within 24 hours. Everybody plans what they need to do on a daily basis, whether it's to go out just simply to the store or to be a success. But without that plan without the support from CLBC and our peers, we as individuals with a disability cannot do that. We need support so that we can support ourselves. Do you think that we could come up with a plan to get a community going?
Yes.
If I promise you guys that we'll meet at least say every 3 weeks or even once a month or twice a month, that we could do something to
Yes.
show
Yeah.
CLBC
Yes.
that hey, we are looking for support.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you guys my contact, and I want to keep in touch with both of you, and I want us to form a group
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good.
and come up with some kind of a plan
Yes.
that we can take to CLBC and say, look, this is mandatory. This is what we need.
Yes.
We need to stop silencing people with disabilities and have them heard.
Yes. More voices, the more the better.
Couldn't have said any better, bro.